It was in Osaka, the night I met the detective. He spoke in fragments, like someone who had lived too many lives already. His voice was calm, but his stories, they stayed with me. Tonight, I'll share the ones I remember, the ones he whispered to me. When the city was watching, he told me about Osaka Castle. Not the history you find in books, but the memory the stones themselves keep. He said, if you pressed your ear against the walls, you'd hear faint murmurs, as if the walls themselves are speaking. The whispers are said to be the voices of the workers who died building the castle, buried inside the foundations. Their voices sealed in the stone. At night, some claim the walls sigh. Others swear the stones shift, ever so slightly, like breathing. He claimed he once heard his own name, echoing from the wall, though he had never touched it before. And then he looked at me and asked quietly, what happens when a stone calls your name? He leaned closer and told me about the bridge in Dotonbori. Midnight, he said, that's when the bridge steals time. He had seen lovers who kissed there disappear, not violently, not with a scream, just gone, suspended forever in that last moment. And then he paused. His voice dropped to almost nothing. Every myth has a price. On that bridge, love is the currency. The detective's eyes narrowed when he spoke of Shitenoji. He said beneath the courtyard stone, an Oni still breathes. He had investigated after a monk vanished, leaving only 3 knocks carved into the slab. 3 knocks down, he whispered. 3 knocks back, the sound of something answering from below. He said he never returned to the temple after that, and I believed him, because when he spoke of it, he wouldn't meet my eyes. He told me about a no actor, one who died on stage playing a ghost. The audience clapped, not knowing they were watching a death. The detective swore he had seen the shadow figure himself, sitting in the back rows of an empty rehearsal. Some stories, he said, don't end when the curtain falls. And then he smiled faintly, but it wasn't the smile of someone amused. It was the smile of someone who had already seen too much. He saved the last story for Namba Station. He said he once waited there, long after midnight. The lights dimmed, and then a train rolled in. No driver, no passengers, just silence. He told me the doors opened. He almost stepped inside, but something pulled him back. That train, he whispered, is for the dead who missed their stop. If you board, you'll ride forever, and one day, the city will forget you ever existed. When he finished, he lit a cigarette and changed the subject, but I knew that story was the one he feared most. 5 memories, 5 fragments of a man who hunted myths. He chased the shadows of Osaka, but in the end, I think the shadows chased him. The city remembers, and now, so do you.